Hi folks, Andy from the Car Boutique here, back with part 2 of the Shiny Garage brand review. Now, if you haven't seen part 1 where we focused on the wheels, please stop this video, go back and have a look, because it gives you an introduction into some of these products that we will be revisiting. So stop this video, go back, have a look. I'll put a link in the description of the video, and then come back and watch this one. Now, if you have watched part 1, thank you very much for your support, and we hope you enjoy part 2. Okay, our donor vehicle today, very kindly donated by Mark, is a lovely Mercedes C43 AMG by Turbo 4MATIC. Lovely, lovely car. It's got those nice shiny gloss black wheels. In terms of road grime, it's not too bad. There's that normal film, don't you do this, normal film of dirt. So we'll aim to get rid of all that. But it's a lovely car, and I'm really looking forward to doing this one. Bit of birdie deposits there, which we'll take care of. And all in all, it's a lovely, lovely car, and I've been after Mark to do this one for quite some time. So a good demonstration for the Shiny Garage's products on essentially a maintenance wash and a bit of a top up for the protection. The first thing we're going to do is the wheels, and I'm not going to repeat what I did on part 1, so I'll put this on a fast mode. But essentially we used exactly the same process. We used a citrus pre-wash stroke TFR and snow foam as the contactless phase to get rid of as much of the dirt as we can. Then we focused on the tyres using a dedicated tyre cleaner from Shiny Garage, and then we focused on the actual alloy wheels itself, and we're doing exactly the same on this. Okay, so if you want a more detailed description as the products that we used, go and have a look at part 1. So that's the wheels done. Really, I think I'm a bit weird. I really enjoyed doing the AMG wheel calipers. Very satisfying. And take your time. Doing your wheels and your tyres is so important. It's like if you put a great suit on and a rubbish pair of shoes, it kills the effect. Exactly the same with cleaning a car. Most people spend hours and hours and hours on the bodywork, but if your shoes look dirty, it kills the effect. So onto the washless side of the Safe Wash Pro, the non-contact side of the Safe Wash process. So we're going to be using Shiny Garage's pre-wash citrus oil TFR. Now it's quite a versatile product. You can put it in a foamer and mix 100 millilitres, then top up to a litre of water. Or you can put it in a sprayer, and depending on the contamination dictates how much you're going to use. So the heavy sort of pre-wash contamination, I'm going to be putting 50 millilitres of the product and then topping up to 100, and that's what I've done on this one. But for regular maintenance washes, you can strip that right down to about 25 millilitres of product and then top up to a litre of water. Now, I hear a lot of people question the validity of pre-washes, and I hear some people say it doesn't do anything. And I'll be honest, to a certain degree, there's an element of truth there, depending on which product you use. Now, this is pH 11.5. It's quite an alkaline product. And what I've done here is to prove that it's not just the fact that it's wet and the action of the pressure washer. I put some tape down. I'm going to apply the citrus oil to this side, and then I'm just going to spray water on that side. So they're both wet. I'm then going to leave it for 4 or 5 minutes, jet wash it off, and then do a swipe test to see if there's any difference between the two sides. It's the fairest way I can think of proving the validity of this. So on this side, I'm going to spray, make sure I don't get it over on the other side, the citrus oil, leave it for 4 or 5 minutes. Remember, this is 50 millilitres of the product, topped up to a litre of water. So that's the citrus side. And then on this side, I am just going to spray water. Both wet, one with a chemical on, one without a chemical on, leave it for 4 or 5 minutes, jet wash it down, and then we'll do the swipe test. Okay, that's it left for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to make sure that I sort of spray off left and right so there's no cross-contamination, and we'll apply an equal amount of rinsing to keep it fair. One thing I am noticing, dead paint, no hydrophobicity at all. Okay, that's the citrus side done. Going just as close with the pressure washer, so there's no me pulling sort of, you know, going in deeper or pulling out faster to falsify the results. Okay, and we'll do a rough and ready swipe test. This is the side that we used citrus on. Tiny bit of dirt. A lot more dirt. So that is a rough and ready test, all right, and that is what I find with this product, because it's so high in sort of pH 11.5. Visually, I can see a difference, okay, but there's the evidence, okay. So that's as fair as I can do it. I'm going to do the rest of the car now, rinse it down, and go on to snow foam. To the sexy bit, snow foam time. So Shiner Garage Fruit Snow Foam smells really, really fruity, hence the name. And the good thing about this is you get that experience when you're applying the snow foam as well. A couple of methods of application. You can use it using a handheld foamer, whereby you're mixing about 40 millilitres and topping up to about 1.5 litres with water. Conversely, you can put it in a snow foam cannon, whereby you are applying 100 millilitres and topping up to 1 litre of water, and that is what we've done in our demonstration. So there was 100 millilitres of product topped up to 1 litre with water. Now, I'm not really bothered about it being pH neutral or not, but this does confess to be pH neutral snow foam. So we're just going to put a bit of the snow foam in there. I'm going to put some indicator paper in there, wait for the reaction, and then compare on the chart. And I hope you can see that is bang on 7. So we like to test claims out, so that is pH neutral, which is nice. So now for the sexy shots of me snow foam a car. I will say that the citrus oil has made a huge difference in terms of all the bugs on the front. The majority have gone. Still a bit of traffic film on the car, still a bit of dirt, okay, but this is all part of the safe wash process. Citrus pre-wash snow foam. To get the majority of the dirt off, you still need to contact wash. So let's do some snow foaming. So we've left this 7 minutes. It's quite a hot day, so it's just starting to dry out. But what you see is it's still dripping off. So it's got a good loiter rate, but it's also, over that 5, 6, 7 minutes, constantly migrating all that dirt away, which is what you want. So before this dries, okay, we're going to jet wash it down. Okay, that's it, rinsed off. Nice snow foam, good loiter rate, good sort of drop-off rate as well. Smells nice, easy to remove. So as a combination, the citrus oil and the snow foam worked really, really well. There is still bits of dirt. However, all those nasty birdie poos that are containing all that grit, they've all safely been removed. And I'm sure you can see, yes, it's wet. It's just coming back to life a bit. Now there is still a few bits down here of dirt, but folks, a lot of that is tar, okay, which we'll sort out later on. But it's all about getting the grit, the stuff that's going to scratch your car, removed without you touching the vehicle, which is what this is all about. So I'm really, really happy with the way things are going. As you all know, what's coming up next then, we're going to have a play with some nice shampoo. Shampoo time then. So Shine & Garage's Sleek Premium Shampoo. Smell? A fresh, fruity smell. We like that. Okay, so super concentrated. You'll see me now put 3 of these tiny caps in a bucket of water and volumize it using the pressure washer. You do not need a lot of this. It is a very, very concentrated product. Now it does say it's pH neutral, so we'll do exactly the same tests again. I've got some detector paper here. I will put the detector paper in the solution, wait for the colour reaction, which is going now. Take it out, put it against the, and it's definitely not 9, it's not as orange on 5, it is pretty much bang on in the middle, which is pH neutral, pH 7. So the claim, yeah, almost identical. So the claim there is good. Okay, so we are going to shampoo the car. Things I'm looking for: lubricity, and obviously its cleaning potential. And like I said, I'm not that bothered about it being pH neutral. It's nice if you've got a delicate LSP, like a wax, for example, whereby pH neutral is naturally going to facilitate a reduction in degradation when you're doing your contact wash. All right, but I'm not that bothered. The bit I'm looking for is safe. The feel, that safe feel under the wash mitt, and its ability to remove the remaining dirt. So let's crack on. So we're going to start the actual shampoo now. We're going to be using Shine & Garage's wash pad, which is essentially a Chanel style. So it's a microfiber outer with a Durafoam insert. So the whole idea of this is going to retain more liquid. Now it's super, super soft. And what I do like about it is when you go like that, the actual density of the actual foam doesn't remain rigid. It actually curls to the contours of your vehicle, which is good. Otherwise, you're going to sort of get pressure spots, etc. And I like that. Now I've used a few of these, and this one is really, really nice and foamy. What I've also noticed is after about 20 minutes there's still foam in the bucket, which is excellent. So let's have a go. Right, it isn't the most foamy. That is lovely and smooth, which is what we like. That's what I like about these wash pads that have got foam in. They do retain a lot of liquid, which is good. That is really nice and slick, actually. Yeah, like that. Bits of dirt all gone. Yeah, good combination, the pad and the shampoo. I'm not going to kick the you-know-what out of it. I'm just going to crack on with the shampooing because I like this. who's done all the dirt has gone, has identified a few issues regarding tar, which I'll come back to in a minute. Now, I have gone around the first stage of my chemical decontamination with a fallout remover. I didn't want to use Shiny Garage's wheel cleaner with the built-in fallout remover, so I did use a fallout remover from Tenzi's professional detailing range called Pre. I'll put a link, same company, you can get it all from the same shop, and only a little bit of fallout, not too much, but quite a few tar spots, as you can see now. And I knew these were coming because I could see them right at the start, but all the dirt's gone. It's sort of exposed a few more. So we're going to be using Shiny Garage Dissolver Tar and Glue Remover. We used this in the wheel video and it did really, really well. So because there's so much, I'm just going to spray on localized areas, let it do its thing, and then go over with a cloth. But you can, if you've only got a few spots, apply to the microfiber and wipe down. This is going to take a bit of time and it's worth doing, especially if you're going to go on to extra stages of LSP like waxes and sealants and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to seal in the tar, you want to remove it. All right, so we're going to do the tar and glue stuff now. So we've given the panel a few sprays with the Dissolver Tar and Glue Remover, and just like the wheels, instantly the chemical starts going to work. Look at all the tracks. Dissolving that tar, every single one of them. And it's instant. It really is a potent product, this tar and glue remover. And the beauty of this is you can literally just go over with a cloth and just remove the remainder. Really, really, really good. Really like this product. And you don't need very much at all because it is that potent. So I'm going to go around the rest of the car, identifying the tar spots, remove them, and then we'll take it to the next step. So that's the car dried, and as you can see, it is getting there. Really good results with all the processes we've used so far. So I'm going to look at the next two sort of together, although they are quite different products. I'm going to be looking at the Shiny Garage Quick Detailer Spray. And then our final protection just for today, because we're limited by hours, is the Knorr Spray Wax version 2. Now, I'm going to do a side-by-side just to try and demonstrate the difference in the products, because a lot of people get confused with these two. These are quite different. The Quick Detailer Spray is for a light sort of, I don't know if you've got, you're just doing a quick spruce around your car. Okay, there's not much dirt or grit or anything like that, because you are going to scratch your vehicle, but just if you just wanted to give it a bit of a buff up, really. Now, this doesn't profess to have any enhancement of hydrophobicity. However, clearly, the Knorr Spray Wax is a totally different product than LSP, should give us some protection, some resistance against washes, and also give us the hydrophobics. Now, I did use the Quick Detailer Spray when I was drying the car, and what I did notice is it's quite an effective prevention against water spots. Because I washed the car, let it dry, it's quite hot. I had sort of, you know, those stage 1 water spots, those sort of that flash water spots, and this removed them. I'm not saying that this is a highly effective water spot remover, but I am going to come back and put this in our test when we do our water spot remover comparisons, but leaves a super slick finish. I did half and half, and the difference between that side and that side is really, really good. So as a drying aid and just a quick whip round your car, all right, this is a really, really good product, but I'm going to use it again on a side-by-side. The Knorr Spray Wax obviously is our protection, lovely mango smell, one of those things where you sort of, you know, spray on, level it out and then buff off, and I'm looking for hydrophobics on that one, because I've used some really, really good spray waxes recently, so the competition is high against this one. The cloths we're going to be using are the Shiny Garage 380 GSM cloths, 80-20 polyester polyamide mix, so everything we're using is basically Shiny Garage, all right, and I will put all the links to everything in the video description. So we're going to reposition the camera. I'm going to spray both sides, okay, one with the Quick Detailer, one with the Knorr Spray, and then do the hydrophobicity test. Okay, so this side we are going to use a Quick Detailer Spray. Lovely smell to this. In fact, all the Shiny Garages products, they're nice smells, but they're not sickly. It's not like I must make this smell at the sort of cost of making it sickly. They're quite subtle, enjoyable fragrances. So this is just a quick detail, like I say, for giving your car a quick buff, or as a very effective drying aid. And like I said a minute ago, very good at getting rid of those instant water spots that you get. Quite easy to apply. Slightly grabby initially when you remove it, but that's just because you've still got sort of wet product, and then just goes really slick. Looking at the description, it doesn't actually sort of say it leaves anything behind, but my sort of powers of deduction would suggest that if it's changing the properties of this paint, it must be leaving something along to leave it slick. Fillers, I don't know. Like I say, if it didn't leave anything behind, it wouldn't make any difference, but it does. Intriguing. Super slick though, lovely. Okay, so that's the quick detailer done. I'm going to teleport myself over to the other side. And as if by magic, okay, so Knorr Spray Wax version 2. Hopefully if this is effective, this is what I'm going to do the whole car with. So it's a definitely a different product. You can see it's a lot whiter, so we're going to make sure we level this with the cloth. It's got a more creamy texture than the QD. Lovely smell. I think the description says mango. It's really nice. And I've got a thing about going in straight lines. Just reduces any potential swirly scratches if there is anything on the paint. So that's it applied. Flip my cloth. That's not grabby at all. In fact, this is weirdly less grabby on removal than the QD. Lovely smell, I'm getting it now. Making me hungry. So that's the Knorr Spray Wax version 2 applied. Effortless. Right, I am going to leave this a couple of hours. I'm going to go and do the video for the glass cleaner. Then we'll come back and we'll do a hydrophobicity test. And like I said, if I'm happy with this V2, I'll then do the whole car. Then all we've got to then do is put some tyre shine on and we'll call it a day because the sun doth be going down. Good times. Okay, while we're waiting for the sort of wax to do its thing, we're going to look at the glass. So we're looking at Shiny Garage's Perfect Glass Cleaner, and we're going to use that in combination with Shiny Garage's waffle microfiber glass cloth. Now this is your normal procedure, 2 or 3 sprays, wipe around the whole window, flip your cloth and then remove. Now I don't usually go into too much detail with glass cleaners. What I am just looking for is a sort of streak-free and ease of spreading. Now that, just doing this again, that is, the carrier for this is super volatile. That vents off. That's gone. And it's clean. I'm just going to come over to this one. It's got all the dust on it. Bear in mind, this has had multiple wash processes. In fact, I'm not even flipping my cloth here. I will do. That is a glass cleaner on steroids. That is super, super, super quick. It stays in liquid form, but as soon as you spread it, it's nice and slick, so it feels safe, and then it's just gone. So it's almost like you don't need to do that. You do flip your cloth always, I will say that, because you've got the product, and then the flipping bit is the removal of the final bits of dirt, otherwise you're just smearing stuff around, so always flip it. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? So onto the hydrophobicity test, we put an equal amount of water on each side of the bonnet, just to show a comparison between different products, how they affect the hydrophobicity of the actual paintwork. So that was the QD side with no real reaction, still quite dead paint. And then if we move on to the side that we did the Knorr V2, You can quite clearly see it's leaving product behind and enhancing the hydrophobicity. Not brilliant, the beads aren't totally uniform. That's the dead side, and that's a protected side. So leaving products behind, and for the speed of it, a useful product. So that's the spray on wax done. It took me probably the same time as it does going around with a QD, so it's really, really quick. That is a definite selling point. It's literally spray on, wipe, and then buff off. Now, we looked at the hydrophobics, which weren't the best. They were good, so there's clearly product being left behind. However, one of the main sort of additional features that I've noticed as I've been going around the car is that it definitely enhances a more of a wet look feel, and it's super, super slick. And it's very, very hard for me to sort of articulate that to you, touch, etc. But very, very, very slippery surface, and definitely leave something behind aesthetically on the paint. And the best way I can describe it is almost a slight saturation of the colour, a slight darkening of the colour with that wet look sort of edge to it, which is really, really good. So I really like that. The main feature about this one though is the speed that you can get some wax protection on your car, which is excellent. One final finishing touch we did do, we put some back to black polymer tire dressing on, 2 coatings this time, just to give it a bit of extra shine. Exactly the same process as we did when we showed you the product in part 1. All right, so if you haven't seen that, go and have a quick look. And that's basically it. The maintenance wash is done. Part 2 is over, and I'm really, really happy with the results. Part 3 is going to be us moving inside the vehicle. Okay, so we've got a lot of Shiny Garage products for interior cleaning, protection and aesthetic enhancement, if you will. So we'll try and get that done in the next couple of weeks. But that is it. Now I'm going to do a quick spin around with the camera. This isn't a super glossy vehicle. It's got quite a satin finish, but I'm really, really pleased with the results. I like that wet look. Interesting to see how long the liquid wax is going to last. So I'll get the owners to sort of give me feedback on that one, and I'll share that as and when I get that information. But it's just another example of this. It's a brand that keeps impressing me. I haven't found a dud, as they say. They're all really, really good products. The main one for me, well, the main 2 for me was, believe it or not, the glass cleaner. Unbelievable. Absolutely love it. I am so getting some more of that as well. I've run out a couple of other bits, so I'm going to be reloading with the wheel cleaner. And yeah, I mean, this spray wax, will I be using it again? I think I will. Whereas if I'm doing someone's car and I'm just going around with the QD at the end, because it's so quick, I'll go around with the spray wax, because it gives that bit of hydrophobicity, it gives that protection, and I like that wet look. It's interesting to see what it would look like on a really shiny car. So it's a brand that I'm really impressed with at the moment, and I'm going to just keep going with the products, not with the intent of finding a bad one, but just to show you, expose you to what I think is a very, very good range, with a wide spectrum of great products. So that's all I'm going to say. So watch out for part 3 coming in a couple of weeks. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and take care of yourself, and I hope to see you again when we launch our next video.